We're not.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Laura DeFranco, the CEO of Brave Healer Productions. I am filling in for Miss Ginny Robertson today. Welcome to today's Connections Over Coffee gathering with the On Purpose Woman Global Community. I'm so glad you guys are here watching, whether you're with us on Zoom or watching this on your YouTube channel, our YouTube channel. Thank you for being with us. We have a very cool and inspiring and insightful speaker today, Kathryn Yarborough. I'm so happy that you're with us, and you're going to do a talk called 3 Secret Strategies to Attracting Clients When You Speak. And you guys, Kathryn Yarborough inspires women entrepreneurs to be the fullest expression of themselves. As the founder of Speakers with Heart, she provides speaking opportunities, training, and community for women coaches, healers, and on-purpose solopreneurs who use speaking to attract clients. When not working, she loves watching movies, going for walks, and dreaming up new possibilities for her business. So, Kathryn, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you, my friend Laura. What a delight to be with this wonderful community. I love the On Purpose Woman Global community. And ladies, we're going to get started, if you're willing to play with me, with a playful imagination exercise. Are you willing to play with me? Go ahead and nod your head. Yes, I love it. So I'll take you on a quick little journey to imagine that you're the client attracting speaker that you want to be or could be. So if you're okay with it, close your eyes or have a soft focus so you can go inward and bring your awareness to your breath. Take about 3 slow, deep breaths and feel yourself relax. Just let go, feeling the breath, move your belly, chest, and back. Hmm. Hmm. And now imagine that you are a guest speaker on someone else's stage, an event on Zoom hosted by someone else, over 75 people in the room. Imagine that everybody there is your potential client, but they're mostly strangers. They don't know you yet. And imagine that you are so prepared and you feel so great about your presentation that as you deliver it, you are dynamic and expressive in the way that is authentic for you and in alignment with the core of your being. When you're being so much yourself and you're engaging so well with the people in the room that they are eating out of the palm of your hand. Notice how that feels. And now, imagine that you tell them about a next step that they can take with you that's going to move them forward towards the goal that they desire, the solution, the experience that they want, that you help your clients do. One step. And imagine that 30% or more, some of you may be ready to take in 50%. I'll work with 30%. Imagine that 30%, that's 25 people, take that next step. Maybe it's something like, I'm making something up, you fill in the blank, a 5-day challenge that includes information about your bigger program and a strategy session with you so they can learn how to work with you to implement those steps. Again, fill in the blank with what's true for you. I'm making up what you could possibly offer. Imagine that 20 of those 25 people do this whole thing with you, and 15 do the strategy session with you, talk to you, and 10 of those people, it's a right fit, and they pay you for your big program, maybe it's $2,000, maybe it's 5,000, maybe it's 10,000. I'm sharing 2,000. That's $20,000 that you earn from doing a 20-minute presentation plus a few extra pieces. How does that feel? When you're ready, open your eyes and type in the chat how that feels. Now, for me, it feels like a big yes. Laura says phenomenal. I love it. Mary says glorious. Yeah. I mean, it's like, let's do this thing. Empowering from Alicia. I love how this feels as I imagine it. And I want everybody. Coach Lorraine says, I'm ready. And I missed one in there. Let me see. What did I not? Incredible from Cynthia. So, my friends, I've done it, but not always. I know what it's like to attract clients, to speak and attract clients. And I know what it's like to not attract clients when I speak. I've done both sides of it. I'm Kathryn Yarborough. As you know, I'm the founder of Speakers with Heart. I haven't always been. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about me so you know the journey I've been on and why I am here today talking with you. I'm going to share with you 3 secrets using speaking to attract clients. So I began in 2001, 24 years ago, as a dance movement therapist. I grew a private practice to 20 to 25 clients a week. The work I did evolved. I added manifestation coaching, integrative breath work, and I started teaching women solopreneurs how to manifest clients around 2006-ish, but I didn't commit to working with them until 2017, and I launched the Manifesting Clients Academy. And at the time, I started working on my speaking skills. I'd always been good enough, but I committed to working on my speaking skills to become the best speaker that I can be. And lo and behold, in 2021, I got a download about my Speak with Your Body process, which is a process that supports women like us in being more authentically vibrant when we speak, so that we integrate body, mind, emotion, and spirit. So we let who we truly are out when we speak, so that we can be the fullest expression of ourselves, so that when you take the stage, whether it's in person or on Zoom, people pause, people listen to you, they stop the scroll, whatever it is that distracts them, and they come back to you. So I started doing that in a private practice format. And then a couple years ago, I got inspired to host summits. Who knew? I had no idea I would want to do that. So I started hosting summits and discovered that I absolutely love it. And for the last couple of years, I've been exploring what if I could be like Laura DeFranco is with books, and I could do that with summits. And during that time, I kept getting a message pop into my head, y'all, that said, do your speaker training 3 times a year. Do your speaker training 3 times a year. I can't tell you how many times that thought popped into my head, and I said, I don't really want to do this speaker training. And it kept coming. So lo and behold, a couple of months ago, I said, all right, I'll do the speaker training. I won't totally focus on hosting summits. I'll keep hosting some and do the speaker training. So I am now starting the speaker training this month, and I'm looking forward to seeing what unfolds. And that's what's brought me here, because over the last few years, I've been actually probably for over a decade, definitely over a decade, I've been learning from other speakers and coaches how to use speaking to attract clients. And that's my whole orientation when I work with people. Well, not everything that I do with people, but I'm looking to support coaches, healers, and on-purpose solopreneurs in attracting clients and growing businesses that they love. Some people will use speaking to get paid to speak. That's not what I do. The way you get paid when you're using speaking to attract clients is you sell your services or products. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm going to share with you 3 secret strategies that I've seen good client attracting speakers use, and you can potentially start using them right away. Are you ready to hear what they are? Got a great group here with me. Thank you, ladies. And here's what's really cool. I'm also going to tell you about my upcoming fun Facebook Live challenge that's starting on July 7th, because Facebook Lives are available for you to do for free anytime. Anytime you can speak on Facebook. And you can practice these 3 secrets. Whether you do the fun Facebook Live challenge with me or not, you can practice these 3 secrets there. So I'll tell you about that. I'm going to name them, then I'll dive into each one of them. So don't tell anybody else. The first one is decide that you want clients when you speak, and remind yourself that you do. The second one is seed your offer when you speak, or the next step that you're going to invite people to do. The third secret is be yourself when you speak. Like you're talking to a room filled with friends, so that you're authentically vibrant, expressive, and engaging. So let's go into that first one. Decide that you want clients when you speak. A week ago, I was talking to one of my participants in the client attracting speaker course that I'm starting. And we were talking about her client attracting presentation. And I had heard her speak, and this happens to a lot of people, where they actually just put at the end their next step. They do this whole wonderful presentation about an idea that's a really great idea. And then at the end, they just kind of plop on that offer that I've done it. If you've done it, no shame. We've all possibly done it. But as I was talking to her, what came up for me was, what if in crafting your client attracting presentation that you do, we all know to do this in many ways, in lots of settings. What if you start with the end in mind? What if you start knowing what that next step is? And then you, in a sense, reverse engineer, what do the people need to hear or experience in your presentation in order to want to take that next step? As I said that to her, the light bulb went off in me, and I was like, oh, SHIT. I haven't been doing that. Right? I come up with these amazing ideas. I have this great idea for a presentation on the courage to be visible. It's not coming from what's the next step. It's coming from a great idea to share with people what I've learned, and the courage to be visible and inspire people to be visible. So I'm looking forward to practicing this part of the secret more intentionally. There's a second part to this secret: decide that you want clients when you speak. And this is what I originally thought I would be talking about mostly, which is create a client attracting speaker plan. So if you want clients when you speak, design a whole plan that aligns with your marketing. I think y'all are savvy enough that I'm going to share what I mean by that briefly. Okay, so funnel, we've got the funnel, and out here are the strangers who don't know us. And then as people come in, Cynthia reminded me when we were in the breakout rooms that when we speak, to invite people to get on our email list so they can be in your world, to come to know, like, and trust you, because they may not be ready right then. And then they come in and you do something and they end up paying you and working with you. So when you're working on your marketing, those are 3 levels that I encourage you to consider: stranger, know you and getting to know you better, and then telling them about your offer. Now, when it comes to speaking, you can intentionally do things like speak on podcasts or summits, that's up here, where the strangers are going to find out about you, which is why I encourage you to join my community, Speakers with Heart. Go to speakerswithheart.com. I'll give you the link in the chat in just a second. But do that in order to find out about the summits that you can speak on, so that you can help strangers find out that you exist. There are other summits, there's lots of podcasts, there are other communities that you can speak at, but find a way to help strangers find out that you exist if you want to use speaking intentionally to attract clients. The next level is, what do you do to help those people who've come into your world get to know you better? I do a couple things. One is I'm part of a couple of communities, like this On Purpose Woman Global community. This presentation is not about helping strangers find out that I exist. I know all of y'all here, right? This is about you coming to know me, like me, trust me even more, and I invite you to take a next step. It's not necessarily free. So I also use Facebook Lives for this step. Another reason why Facebook Lives can be very helpful. Now, in these things, at this level, you get to invite people to something else where they're going to find out about really working with you if you're using speaking, like a master class. My fun Facebook Live challenge, while it's not free, it's inexpensive, it's $67. And during it, people will find out more about my client attracting speaker course so they can decide if it's a right fit for them. I do free master classes where I tell people specifically about the course to see if it's a right fit. So that's down here. And then, of course, there's the have a conversation with people. Some people go straight from here to conversation to sell. So whatever is in your funnel is going to fit for you, your business, and your ideal clients. Just because I do what I do, I'm not saying you should do this, this, and this exactly the way I do it. However, if you're going to use speaking to attract clients and you really mean that you want clients, see the path from that, and then you know what to do. Like, I know that I want to find 12 speaking opportunities where strangers are going to find out that I exist every year. It gives you action steps. I know I want to do a weekly Facebook Live, if not more. Okay. So decide that you want clients when you speak, and then remind yourself that you do. Here's another piece to this story that is just like mind-boggling to me, y'all. I did this presentation like this earlier this week and then today. And one of the things that I thought that maybe would be helpful for this step is to, when I am preparing, not just preparing the content, but practicing and then getting ready to speak during both of those times, to ask myself, what if there are people in the room who are your potential clients? Maybe you already do that. I didn't. And even as I say it, my heart changes to a magnet. So my history is that I have felt like I'm not wanted. That's like one of the core challenges that I've dealt with since I became an entrepreneur. So when my habit is to go into speaking opportunities and think nobody there is going to want to take steps. I've done presentations where, it's just great content that people can enjoy. And I swear I've been lucky that I've attracted clients now that I know, really, and I'm thinking differently about it. So I encourage you when you're practicing and right before you go on, you ask yourself, what if there's someone in the room or several people? What if 25% or 30% in the room are your potential clients? It changes me, changes how I think, it changes how I feel. So I'm going to be with that. All right, my friends. So let me put this link for my Speakers with Heart community in the chat for those of you who are here with us live. And if you are watching the replay, it's speakerswithheart.com. This is my free community where I do twice a month masterminds and periodic masterclasses that are all free. And it's for women coaches, healers, and on purpose solopreneurs who are using speaking to attract clients or who want to. So become part of that community. It's sweet, wonderful, inspiring. I love the women who show up for my stuff. And if you've been there before, thank you for joining me there. Okay. So now that we know that first secret, which is so important, the second secret is to seed your offer when you speak or your next step. I can't tell you how many presentations I have heard over the years, and the person speaking didn't say anything about their business, about an offer, about clients. I'm seeing nodding in the room. Maybe you've done that. Maybe you've heard other people do that. Folks, even if you're doing an inspiring talk, like if I were to talk about the courage to be visible, and let's say I did it just because I wanted to inspire people, I would still seed my Speakers with Heart and my programs and offers. And seeding is so easy. You just drop it in there. You just drop a little client story, you just drop the name, like the Fun Facebook Live Challenge that I've already done 3 or 4 times, that's starting again on July 7th. And every time you drop it in, you're letting people know a couple things. You're letting people know that you actually work with clients. And they're getting a sense of what the thing is that you do, especially if you do what I suggested, which is you just have that one next step that you want to invite people to. That's what you're going to be seeding the whole time. You're going to really have people focused. When your presentation, when you're ready to share with them about it, they're going to be happy to hear about it, which is very different than when someone just plops it on. I've got an offer for you. And I'm laughing at myself, y'all. I have done that multiple times. It's so different. By then, in some cases, if the presentation is well crafted, some of us are salivating. We're wanting to hear about it. Third secret, be yourself. Talk like you're talking to a group of friends, y'all. It breaks my heart when I watch women, especially because I've decided men can do their own thing for now. When I see women, especially I'm on the online arena in their little box, or even if they're in the big box, and their faces don't change. Doesn't have to be a big change. My face will change. Yeah, right? Have you seen my face change since I started speaking? It changes all the time. If you're being authentic and you've broken free from childhood conditioning that said, be good, be still, don't make a big deal about yourself. I don't know if you want to put in the chat some of the childhood conditioning that you had about that stuff. It's always helpful to hear from other people. I was told growing up about my sister and I. My sister, her name is Ellie. She's a year and a half older than me. And I can't tell you how many times I heard, Ellie and Catherine are such good girls. At least you heard be humble. I heard this thing about my sister and I. Ellie and Catherine are such good girls. What it means to me is that I'm nice, I'm polite, I listen, I don't speak up. I didn't even realize until I started even teaching this stuff. Laura said, be good, behave. I didn't realize that that stuff had affected me so much that I was uncomfortable speaking up in groups. So I love these things. Um, okay, be the good girl and stop trying to be the center of attention. I love reading what you'll have to say because so many of us got these messages, Laura, don't brag. And these things that we heard and that impacted us and conditioned us to not be the fullest expression of ourselves. So we need to break free. And in my client attracting speaker course, it embedded in it is the speak with your body process. So I think that is why whatever it is that has been saying to me in my head, do your speaker course 3 times a year. I think that's why. It comes from my experience as a dance movement therapist. I am here to support us in breaking free from that conditioning at levels that most of us don't even know are still impacting us. So I'm just looking forward to seeing what happens over the next year, as I probably will do that course 3 times, and I'll keep doing it. We'll see. Anyhow, be yourself. And while it may sound simple to do, I was reminded of dancers and ice skaters. When I'm scrolling through Facebook, pictures of dancers and videos of dancers and ice skaters and things like that show up for me. I think because I like them, I pause at them. So of course more come up. Those people have been working for decades to be as graceful as they are, to be as beautiful as they are. And I think that this skill of being yourself, being authentically yourself, takes practice. In some cases, some people will work with me and it will support them on their journey, but it still takes practice. We need to speak. So, my friends, I want to invite you to the fun Facebook Live challenge because it's a place where you can practice. How exciting is that? Put the link in the chat here. And as I said, it's $67. So it's not free, but it is inexpensive for all that you get. I'm going to tell you what you get, and then I'm going to share with you a 4th secret if you want to hear it. And I'll be kind of quick with it. So the purpose of this fun Facebook Live challenge is to support either people who haven't been doing Facebook Lives at all, get over that and be comfortable doing Facebook Lives, or people who haven't been doing them for a while to like re-up their game. And for folks who've been doing them, if you want to get in there, be part of a community and get to know other women solopreneurs, there's a networking component too. And it's fun. Even if people are uncomfortable with doing Facebook Lives, every time I do it, I get messages from people who complete it about, oh my gosh, I was nervous, I was scared. It's fun. Now I'm completely comfortable doing it. And it's a great 10-day challenge that's starting on July 7th. It includes 10 short lessons. It's Monday through Friday, 2 weeks in a row. I get on Facebook Live in our secret group, 5 minutes-ish. We'll take you to watch the Facebook Live. It'll stay in there. You will get 10 assignments, 1 a day, to do a Facebook Live in our secret group. And so they're easy to do. You could do them in 5 minutes if you want. So basically 10 to 15 minutes a day, you're done with it. And if you want to catch up, I have had people catch up over the weekend. I've even had someone do all 10 of them in the last day. Not that I recommend, but you could do that. And if you do all 10, you win a prize. Everybody wins who does all 10. And that is my authentically vibrant assessment and consultation. So it's a 45-minute conversation with you where I assess how you show up on Facebook Live, and I give you feedback about what you're doing brilliantly and things that you could do better. The challenge also includes a workshop called the Client Attracting Facebook Lives Workshop. So I can promise you this, it is well worth way more than $67. If you fully participate, you will love it. And I would love for you to do that if that calls to you at all. And it's a great place to practice those 3 secrets. I'm not going to talk about those 3 secrets during the challenge. So if you have them as notes for every single Facebook Live that you're due in that challenge as an assignment, you can remember to ask yourself, what, what if there are some of my ideal clients in this group? You can remember to be yourself. And the second secret is, my mind is blanking, who remembers? I have to scroll up. Oh, you can seed your offers in every single Facebook Live if you want to. So you can totally practice. And again, yeah, great. Thank you, Laura. So the assignments will get you to a place, will get people to a place where they're more comfortable with all that. But since you've heard this presentation, I would love for you to do it. Here's the last secret. I'm almost done here. Be willing to be visible. Don't tell anybody. It's a secret. It's not a secret. If you want to be a client attracting speaker, be willing to be visible. So join my Speakers with Heart community, come to the Fun Facebook Live Challenge, show up here in the On Purpose Woman Global community and take your featured member spots. My God, let's take advantage of them. So I welcome any questions that anybody has here. And if you're watching the replay, reach out to me. Again, speakerswithheart.com. Send me a message from there. You can, if you have any questions about becoming a client attracting speaker.
Yay, Kathryn. You guys, let's show Kathryn some love. Everyone on Zoom, you can actually unmute so she can hear your love. Woohoo for Kathryn. Yay. Oh, all
Yay,
right. There we
Kathryn.
go.
Woo.
I like hearing the love. Good job. So Kathryn, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and your heart with us today. To everyone who joined us live, or maybe you're watching the replay, thank you for being a part of this vibrant, supportive, and purpose-filled community. If you'd like to learn more about how to get involved in our Zoom or in-person gatherings or explore On Purpose Woman magazine, just head over to opwgc.com. We would love to connect with you again very soon. And until next time, everyone, stay inspired, stay authentic, and stay connected. Bye, everyone.